There's a village no map will show you, a place where the fog doesn't roll in, it waits. And if you ever see a lantern glowing deep inside that mist, whatever you do, don't follow it. Because the last people who did never came back the same. This story comes from a forgotten coastal road somewhere between dense forest and a dying shoreline. Locals avoid it, travelers don't stop, and the few who know about it refuse to talk after sunset. But one man did. His name was Arjun, and what he experienced still follows him. Arjun wasn't the kind of person who believed in folklore. He was practical, logical, the kind of guy who would laugh off ghost stories over a cup of tea. He was driving late one night, returning from a work trip. The GPS had failed him hours ago, leaving him on a narrow, winding road surrounded by towering trees. That's when he saw the sign. A rusted board barely hanging from a crooked pole. "Do not enter after dark." Below it, someone had scratched something deeper into the metal. "The lantern sees you." Arjun smirked. "Probably some village prank," he muttered, and he kept driving. 10 minutes later, the forest opened into a small clearing, a village. But something was off. No lights, no sound, no movement. The houses were old, too old. Their wooden walls looked warped, like they had been exposed to decades of salt and wind. Arjun stepped out of his car. The air felt heavy, thick, like breathing through wet cloth. And then he saw it. At the far end of the village, a faint glow, a lantern, swinging gently as if someone was holding it. Relief washed over him. "Finally, someone's here," he said. He started walking toward it. The moment he stepped closer, the fog rolled in. Not slowly, not naturally. It rushed in like a living thing. Within seconds, the entire village disappeared behind a dense, suffocating white. Arjun stopped. "Hello?" he called out. No answer. But the lantern, it moved. Not away from him, closer. The glow flickered, revealing just enough to see the outline of a figure holding it. Tall, thin, unnaturally still. Arjun felt a chill crawl up his spine. "Hey, I need help!" The figure turned, but its face, there was no face, just darkness. And the lantern flame grew brighter. Arjun ran. He didn't think, didn't question. His body just reacted. Through the fog, past invisible houses, over uneven ground. And then he heard it. Footsteps. Not behind him, beside him, matching his pace exactly. He turned his head slightly, and there it was, the lantern, floating, no figure, no hand, just the lantern, keeping up with him. That's when he remembered something. Back when he was a kid, his grandmother used to tell him stories about the lantern keeper, a spirit that lived in the fog. She had told him 3 rules. 1, do not follow the lantern. 2, do not look directly at the keeper. 3, if the lantern walks beside you, it already knows your name. Arjun stopped running. The footsteps stopped too. The lantern slowly drifted in front of him. The flame flickered, unnaturally steady. And then it spoke. Not with a voice, but inside his head. Arjun. His heart dropped. "How do you know my name?" Silence. Then the fog began to shift. Shapes started forming around him. Villagers, dozens of them, standing still, watching, their eyes hollow, their bodies unmoving, each one holding a lantern. Arjun realized something horrifying. They weren't alive, but they weren't gone either. They were trapped, bound to the fog, bound to the lantern. And then he saw one face move. A woman stepped forward. Her lips trembled as she whispered, "Don't let it take your light." Arjun looked down. In his hands, he was holding a lantern. He didn't remember picking it up. The flame inside it flickered weakly, and the moment he noticed it, the keeper appeared right in front of him, closer than ever. The darkness where its face should be leaned in. "Yours is fading." Arjun's mind raced. The lantern, the light, that's what it wanted. Not him, his light, his will, his life. The villagers weren't just trapped, they had given up, and their lanterns, that's all that remained. Arjun gripped the lantern tightly. "No." The flame flickered stronger. "I'm not staying here." The keeper froze, the fog trembled, and for the first time, the lantern's light dimmed. Arjun took a step back, then another, and another. Each step made the fog thinner. The villagers began to fade, their hollow eyes filled with something else, hope. And then, the lantern in his hands burned brighter than ever. The keeper let out a sound, not a scream, not a voice, something ancient, something angry. But it didn't follow him. It couldn't. Arjun woke up in his car, engine off, sunlight pouring through the windshield. The village, gone. The fog, gone. Everything felt normal, until he looked down. In the passenger seat, there was a lantern, cold, unlit, but carved into its metal surface were words, "It remembers you." If you ever find yourself on a road that shouldn't exist and you see a lantern in the fog, now you know the rules. But the real question is, would you remember them when it calls your name?